You know the saying in Madden that the game is decided by 3s and 7s. The best Madden players have labbed their red zone offense to the point that they know that once they enter the 10, that they can dictate what their opponent calls. With the current meta right now in Madden, a lot of players are reverting to a cover 2 in the red zone, and for a very specific reason. We're going to discuss that after the intro here, so let's go ahead and get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. And as I mentioned kind of in the lead in, cover 2 is really popular in the red zone. And if you think about the top red zone meta in Madden right now, we're talking about the bunch mesh post, or we're talking about the bunch dig return, or we're talking about different wheel routes to the tight end or the running back out of a variety of plays in bunch. And as a result, players have kind of been struggling to stop those particular routes, those wheels. And the most common thing that you can do to attack those wheels is either man them up or play a vertical hook shaded underneath. And that is most often found in a cover 2. So naturally, you're kind of looking at one of two different coverages in the red zone. It's either man with zones dropped, in the middle of the field, or it's a cover 2 zone with maybe some individually manned up players. But in general, they want those flats and those vertical hooks. So a lot of players have actually been going over recent weeks into trip style offenses to attack that cover 2 meta. And the most popular call that you're going to see, and I'm sure many of you probably already have seen this, is the double in sail. This is a play that's found in trips tight end. It's also found in, Trey Y flex. It's found in a variety of 3 receiver looks with a tight end and a running back to the other side of the quarterback. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down. This is in the New England Patriots offense, as well as other playbooks like I've already mentioned. But this is going to be really effective against some of those cover 2 blitz style plays. So you guys know how DB Fire 2 or Pinch 2 is a very popular meta in Madden right now. Basically, you're going to get a cover 2 variation down in the red zone, most likely. And what's great about this play, double in sail, is that it's really a quick snapper's dream down in the red zone. You have a sail combo with the tight end and the running back, high-low to the corner or the sideline. That's a very popular route combo every year. But over here on the left side, that trip side of the formation, this double in sail combo is really good, because against a cover 2, for some reason, you have both of these in routes. They pull the cloud flat defender to the inside way too far. And this allows you to actually throw the ball to the third receiver, which is Pringle, into that corner, oftentimes wide open. Now, for this play to be best utilized, I would say run this, anywhere from like the 15 to the 5. Once you start to get inside the 5, it's tougher to squeeze because the throwing lanes really tighten up, but it is still possible. But let's go ahead and show you how this looks here. You're gonna see that these 2 in routes just absolutely pull the cloud flat defender to the inside. Now, I know what you're probably saying, DB Fire 2, that's a soft squat. Well, against bunch and trip style sets, soft squats will actually play a cloud flat. So cloud flats all basically behave the same way against this combo. You could just snap it and know that B is going to be wide open in the back of the end zone. Now, one of the downsides to this play, and you just saw it there in that example, is that sometimes this corner route will run into the back of the end zone and then slow down. So you see right here, he kind of did that and didn't get into his cut. My recommendation, again, when you're inside, I would say 15 yards away from the end zone, 15 to 5, I would say, smart route that route down, because you want it breaking sooner to the back of the end zone. And you're going to see right there how he just gets wide open. Now, right there, I've got no gunslinger. It wasn't the best pass lead at all. Honestly, if you wanted to use a hot route master corner, it might actually work a little bit better. But again, smart routing that down is still advisable. And you see right there that I can just throw him wide open in the back of the end zone. I mean, it's so easy to throw, and this is on the near side of the formation. If you guys are enjoying this free YouTube content, I would strongly urge you to go over to my strategy website. GridironGamePlans.gg is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active, and access to our Discord server, where every single Wednesday, we have a live lab session covering the week's vault content and any questions you guys have about Madden. So make sure you guys head over to GridironGamePlans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Now, I will tell you that if you want to run this to the wide side, you're probably looking at Gunslinger being a necessary evil. Right here, I'm using this with Regs Mahomes, which for some reason, Regs Mahomes doesn't have Gunslinger. That's
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You know, again, right here, we're going to throw this to the wide side of the field. And you see right there that he does go into the back corner of the end zone and he is wide open. You don't necessarily have to have Gunslinger, but if they've got a smart corner out there that reacts quickly or is tall, you might not be able to get enough oomph into that throw to get it into the back corner of the end zone. So just be advised. Now, I do want to finish off this video kind of explaining to you that you want to be careful getting down inside, I would say, like the 5. It just gets really tight. And if you're down inside the 5, you're most certainly going to need, I would say, probably 2 things. A Hot Route Master corner or a Slot Apprentice corner. And then also Gunslinger, because this throw is a little tougher inside the 5. I'm not saying it's impossible. You see right there that it kind of floats a little bit without the Gunslinger. And that's why I'm saying, like, you definitely want a sharper breaking corner to create separation more quickly. And then you probably also would want a Gunslinger on your quarterback just to get the ball from A to B a lot faster. But it is possible to throw this down in the red zone. You see right there that I'm very consistent throwing this. It's something that you can do pretty routinely. Now, the downside to this is that, in my opinion, it's really not the best concept in the game against, you know, your cover 3 and your cover 4 variants. And the reason for that is that the outside corner is actually in a third or a outside quarter zone, which is going to basically drop to the back of the end zone. Now, I'm going to back this out to the, you know, roughly the 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. And I'm going to try to squeeze this to the short side of the field. Again, if you're going to try this, you probably want Gunslinger. But again, if you pay attention to the guy that's standing over the top and slightly inside of Demarcus Robinson, you're going to see that he drops off the ball, maybe goes to the inside a little bit, and might get you the opportunity to throw that ball with a Gunslinger, or maybe a red zone threat would get you open in that spot. But without the Gunslinger, this is a dangerous throw. I think you could very, very easily see that this is a throw where you're like, oh, dang, that's a tight squeeze. And you're really going to want that one-on-one if you can. So you're going to want the Gunslinger to squeeze it one-on-one, and you're probably going to want the catching ability to hold on to it one-on-one. So again, here, as you try to run this, you see that if I try to throw it, it's like super, super tight. Gunslinger is going to make that a little bit more open, like I mentioned, but you're probably looking at a catching ability like, you know, medium or deep out elite or red zone threat to make that catch consistently against the cover 3. It's really not a great call against the cover 3. Now, as far as the rest of this play goes, it's kind of built in a way where you kind of go corner to the left, tight end corner and table route to the right. And then you kind of just run up the middle and use those in routes as lead blockers. So you see right here, if you do this, you could kind of maybe catch a pick from Tyreek Hill if you time it right. You know, you want to hit that so he's, you know, basically a lead blocker for you. So you see right here, if I do this, you see how he's going to be able to throw a chip on that linebacker. Now, obviously, you want to get down with your quarterback and not take unnecessary hits, or maybe throw your offense on conservative if this is something that you want to do. But this is something that you might be able to get away with every now and then as well. Kind of snap the ball, look to the corner, look to the other corner, look to the flat, and then run as your fourth. So, you know, you kind of do it this way, try to catch a block. You see, we, you know, caught a couple right there. So a lot of players will actually scramble behind this as well, just because it's kind of a makeshift draw. Basically, you know, hold on to the ball, don't like what you see, use your guys as lead blockers. And you see right there, that picks you up. You know, right there, it picked us up about 10 yards. So, you know, it definitely is something that you could use to your advantage. But there you guys have it. That is double in sail. This is unbelievable against cover 2, wide open. It's a free touchdown if your opponent goes cover 2 down in the red zone. Make sure you guys are using it. Don't necessarily have to do this out of a trips tight end style offense either. You guys could probably hot route this. You know, for instance, let me go ahead and try to show you kind of a makeshift tip out of this real quick. Basically, you want to look to an offense where maybe you have, you know, like a deep corner route to one position, you know, the third receiver numbering outside to in. Let me see if I can find maybe a corner route for our tight end here. So, yeah, like double unders here. I could run this out of trips, you know, the Pats, Y-off Pats trips, I believe it's called. And this is kind of the same deal, right? So if I were to go ahead and run this, again, you know, with our corner, you're looking at those 2 in routes, pulling that cloud flat, and then you could throw that all the way back in the end zone for that easy throw. Now, again, probably best. I really like this from, I would say, you know, the 12 to the 5. You know, if you're trying to do this from 15 yards out, again, you're definitely looking at Gunslinger being kind of a necessary evil on this. But Really, really good concept for you to be able to, you know, run this down in the red zone. Again, you're going to get both those in routes, breaking that cloud flat, and then it's just too late. You're going to be able to throw it behind his head. So create this out of whatever play you want. You know, hot route master, you can create it out of any trips look. But there you guys have it, double in sale. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below as well. Always want to know what you guys are thinking. If you guys have requests for the channel, let me know as well. Make sure you guys also help with that subscribe button as we are pushing towards 12,000 subs here on the channel. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next one. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.